Watem here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Let's continue. Oops. None of my contacts have much influence in the Ministry of Construction, so things aren't going well. Even if applying pressure doesn't work, there are other measures, so either way, it will come to a deadlock. I'm not being optimistic. I just know that's how it will end. I will conduct research here in Hinamizawa. I'm going to accomplish that with my absolute will. That's why, even if God rolls a 1 of the die and says that he's going to submerge Hinamizawa, I will not be afraid. I won't entrust my die to God. I'm the one who's going to pick up the die, and I'm going to roll a 6. I didn't come to this shrine to declare war on the god of this place. I came because I know that you can get a great view from up here. However, I walked by the shrine and headed to the spot I found last time I visited. It's the perfect spot for overlooking the entire village. The strong wind reminds me that I'm only at the starting line, that there will be a headwind before I reach my goal. I looked over the village without faltering in the wind. Grandfather approached the syndrome from a medical point of view, but he also approached it from a folkloric one as well. The strange belief system in this village is proof that the existence of Hinamizawa syndrome was already known, even in ancient times. So it will be extremely useful to research their history too. My grandfather hadn't been doing research for hundreds of years, of course. This place has been here for hundreds of years, and they've been living with Hinamizawa syndrome for that long. Therefore, the beliefs created in this place, and the legend itself, can be considered for foremost researchers. It's simply stupid to call them old, to just call them old folklores or nonsense. I've been researching them slowly, but they're indeed very interesting. No wonder Grandfather was intrigued by them. Hinamizawa syndrome has many fascinating sides to it. It's just like a kaleidoscope, showing infinite light with ever a slight change in angle. So much fun to trace Grandfather's research. Finding the same results as my grandfather reminds me that I am indeed following in his footsteps, which makes me very happy. This shrine is dedicated to Oyashiro-sama, the guardian deity of the village. This god the villagers worship is simply a delusion that was created by the parasites. Are you sure about that? When I solve their secret and announce it to the world, the god of this place will be no more. That's the moment I will take revenge of one who put me through misery and tested my fate. That's it, isn't it? This isn't just about making my grandfather's dreams come true. It's also about getting revenge for my miserable life. I went back to the front of the shrine. There's an offertory box there, but I'm tempted to throw in some coins. They normally offer coins to ask for mercy. I don't entrust my fate to God, so I don't need to give an offering. I'm going to unmask him. But until then, I just show someone as a god. Okay, in that case, I'll show respect for now. As a declaration of war, I pulled out a 10-yen coin from my wallet. The 10-yen coin I found in the telephone booth changed my life. If it hadn't been there, my life would have ended then.
あの1枚の10円玉に関してだけはあなたに感謝するわ。
I'm not grateful to the god of the shrine, though.
でもね、あの程度で私はあなたを許したつもりなんてない。そして私はあなたのご利益なんか期待せず、自分の努力だけでここまでやってきた。今後あなたがどんな理不尽な運命を与えようとも、サイコロの位置を出し続けようとも、そんなものにはびくともしない。 絶対的に強固な意志の力で。
So, I think this time should be, like, from Rika's chronology, it should be after the 7th chapter. So, by this point, Hanyu should probably know that it's Takano, and Rika should know as well.
私の理想を勝ち取ってみせる。
My grandfather will be praised and become a god because of the research I'll do in this place. I will defeat the god of this village and become an existence above even gods.
いつから私は神という言葉にこだわるようになったのかしらね。祖父がいつも神様を引用した話ばかりするからかしら。
Here, this is the 10 yen coin you gave me before. My debt's paid off now. You just keep clinging to your throne and tormenting people with your trials, while I fight my battles to knock you down from there. And so, I chucked the 10 yen I once borrowed from God into the offertory box. For a moment, I couldn't understand what happened. 10 yen coin was supposed to fall into the offering box. But, how can I explain this? That's not what happened. I aimed correctly, for certain. You could miss an offertory box anyway. That's not it. Because 10 yen coin stopped in midair, as if it got stuck in the spiderweb. As if a 10 yen coin would get stuck in the spiderweb, though. Then it bounced back to me and fell by my feet. It was as though the offertory box had refused the coin. Of course, an offertory box is to respect God. But what I did was challenge him. That means this is... I jumped, because I thought I was the only one here. Anyone would jump when finding there's someone else standing there unexpectedly. How long has she been there? It's like she came out from the shrine. A mysterious girl, standing on the other side of the offering box. She's wearing a shrine maiden uniform, so she must be one of the caretakers here. So that's, I think, how it used to look in the original game, maybe? Maybe that's... That's what I thought too. But there's something else about her. She's not just one of the shrine caretakers. She is the shrine itself. Because this girl is staring into my eyes. No, she's glaring. I smiled back fearlessly. I think she heard my words of challenge to God. She's wearing that expression on her face because of it. The words came out naturally.
あなたがここの神様ね。
The girl didn't nod, but I took that as a yes. What a contradictory feeling. I'm rejecting the god of this land, denying its very existence. And yes, here it is. But I don't doubt this girl is that god. The girl opened her mouth to speak.
強い意志は運命を強固にします。
そうよ。
That's what I say to myself often. I've never said that to anyone or quoted it from anything. So under normal circumstances, I should be surprised to hear this girl say that. But this girl wasn't human, so I'm not surprised. I replied to her.
神は運命のサイコロを振り、そのデメで人間をもてあそぶ。でも、人間には意志の力があるわ。その力が強ければ強いほど、わかる？人は極限まで努力を積み重ねることで、誰にもくじかれることのないくらいに強固な意志を持つことで、サイコロの目に左右されない力を得るのよ。
はい、 よくわかりますのです。揺るがない信じる力はどんな運命もサイコロの目も打ち破りますのです。
そうよ。
Hmm.
それはつまりサイコロにてもてあそぶ神々への人間の復讐。
So far they've just been agreeing with each other.
神々の干渉を排して自ら運命を切り開く人間の賛歌。どんな不運にも耐えて今日も努力で獲得した私の神々しさを知りなさい。
Spiteful laughter flowed out of my mouth. The girl's face displayed a strong will of her own. Her expression didn't even change a bit.
僕はようやくわかりましたのです。何度繰り返しても決して覆せぬこの運命はあなたの強固な意志の力ゆえ。
そうよ。強い意志は運命を強固にする。鋼のように鍛えられた運命はいかなるサイコロの目にも動じない。それはすなわち絶対の未来。
それを幾百年を生きる僕たちでなく人の身であるあなたが知るとは認めますです。あなたは限りなく神に近い場所にいる。
それは光栄ね。
The girl glared at me with her eyes half shut. It was more like she was proclaiming something to me, or displaying her own strong willpower.
僕はあなたに負けない。かつて僕たちはどう戦ってもあなたに勝てないと思った。だから僕はあなたに屈した。地に落ち輪廻の中を這いずりながらみすぼらしく生きた。でもあの子は気づきましたのです。信じる力が運命を切り開く奇跡を起こすと。
私の強い意志が作り出す運命にあなたの強い意志が道理ね。
Because that's the law of this world. A strong will can make a desired future possible.
僕たちはあなたの意志の強さに負けないのです。
Oh, you said boku, not you. Yeah.
古き神の座に執着するのも大いに結構。あなたの意志が私の意志に勝てるか。神は人を試すが人が神を試してはならない不条理だから、あえてあなたを試してあげるわ。お前の意志の強さが私の意志の強さに勝てるかどうかを試してごらんなさい。
It's just giving me too many options for thumbnails. Why? That's clearly a declaration of war from me to God. This is the beginning of my revenge toward God, who put me through so much misery. And this girl, this God, is accepting my challenge directly.
僕はあなたに比べてあまりに非力だけれども、あなたに比べてあまりにできることが少ないけれど、たとえ僕の意志の強さがあなたに及んだとしても、それぐらいでは覆せないくらいに圧倒的な力の差ではあるけれども。
そうね、私は圧倒的な力を得たわ。その力を得るために今日貴様ごとき小娘では私に指一本触れることもかなわないでしょうね。
分かってる。あなたの強大さは分かってる。それに比べて私や私の仲間たちの力は。でも 私は諦めないことを選ぶことができる。三途の河原で永遠に石を積み続けるように、あなたのサイコロに1が並び、私のサイコロに6が並ぶその日まで、決して負けを認めず諦めない。
Yeah, if only it was that easy. I mean, that's like a 1 in 36 chance. That's actually fairly common.
気が遠くなるほどの長い時間、あなたに屈しないことで意志の強さを示してみせよう。そして河原に石が積み上がった時、私たちはその川を越えることができ、あなたのその時こそこの長きにわたる運命の戦いに決着がつく。
ならば結構、かかっておいでなさい。どちらの思いが強いか。強かった方が未来を作る。強かった方の望んだ未来が訪れる。私は私の未来を一歩も譲らない。その未来では祖父の偉業は称えられ神となり、かつて私を不幸にて試すような真似をした神に対して復讐をする。
Ah ha 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 ha. Stupid little dog. I'll show you.
貴様を神の座から引きずり下ろしてやる。かかってこい、この
So, are we gonna go to someone else's point of view? Rika's point of view, maybe? No? I guess that's the end of the prologue. That felt like quite a long prologue, but oh well. Does explain Takano's kind of life up until this point. Challenging, I got a 10 yen coin. Still no tips. In case we'll continue. Welcome. Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8 Matsuribayashi. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. In this world, you'll be able to recreate the story from Hanyu's point of view. Your objective is to create June 1983 ideal to you. You'll need to collect many different fragments to make that possible. However, Takano's conviction is very strong. To overturn it, you'll need a lot of effort and a lot of fragments. I warn you right now, it will be a slow and painful process. Hanyu went through it for over 100 years, and she even had to stop and give in to fate. Defeating Takano's conviction will not be easy. The trial in this world will put you through as much pain as Hanyu had to endure. You may surrender, just like Hanyu did, after being emotionally worn down by the constant repetition of worlds woven by countless fragments. When you feel like surrendering, you can end this game at any time. But if you do, the worlds revolving around your friend's fate will be limited to Onikakushi through Minagaroshi. By forgetting about this world and uninstalling this product, you will finally accept death. Just like Rika did. I'm enjoying this. Your ideal June 1983 can be created by putting together 50 fragments that are scattered all over this world. To connect these fragments together, you'll need the right ones. There are 50 of them, which may be dizzying. However, this world isn't that merciless, so is this different from the games up until now? Do we actually have to interact? To ease your pain, there will be a little help for you. When you choose the wrong pieces, your only ally here will give you a sign that it's not yet time to put those fragments together. As long as time remains, you won't be able to connect them. You might as well go look for different ones. After you put other fragments together, you might be able to connect the ones you couldn't put together earlier. When that happens, she will let you know. Let's put those fragments together, then you'll be able to join the other ones too. When you connect all 50, they'll become one big fragment. There you'll find your ideal June 1983. That's when the long-awaited Matsuribayashi will begin. Before you peek at each fragment, why don't you line up all 50 of them first? Most of them require other fragments, so there are only a few you can actually look at. Let's try and find those first. To see the conditions for connecting fragments, just point the cursor at them. For anything else, let's find the ones you can look at without any conditions. This will be an extremely long and difficult trial. Let me tell you again, our new challenge was for over 100 years and gave up on it. If you believe in miracles in the same way your friends do, even if you don't live in the world where they live, if you believe in them. Welcome. Welcome to the world of Higurashi, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. In this world you'll be tested to see if you believe in the world that Rika and the others believed in. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their strength. June 1983, created by Takano, was nearly indomitable. She's gathered many people whose powers are beyond the average person to her side, her backers being at the center of national authority. Even if 100 dies, all rolled ones, there wouldn't even be a chance to defeat her. In other words, a miracle is the only way forward. A miracle happens only when everyone combines their strength. And you are one of them. Are you ready? I'm more than ready. Key to a long journey is not to pressure yourself too hard. Well, let's take it at a light pace. I'll work while drinking my usual wine. Shall we begin? We have all the time in this world. I was expecting it to be following the same kind of formula as the previous games, and then also switching in Takano's point of view. Obtaining fragments. Just like over time through the. Yeah, so just over time, weaving in Takano's point of view as we go through the years. So I'm guessing this is why you don't have any tips.
That
seems like a difficult menu to immediately find what's remaining. Oh.
今日はどういうわけか患者さんが多くて。お疲れ様です、入江兄さん。
Tomitaka stood up suddenly and saluted when he saw Irie coming into the room.
そのニサというのはどうかやめてください。私は医者です。どうもその軍隊的な階級には馴染めません。せめて所長でお願いします。了解しました、入江所長。
Tomitaka, of course, knew that Irie didn't like to be called Lieutenant Colonel, so it was something of a joke. They laughed casually together. On the other hand, Takano looked rather fed up with it. She couldn't stand hearing the same joke over and over. Was even thinking about talking to Tomitake about it. But she didn't want to hurt his feelings, so she simply never had the chance. Maybe it's because of how Tomitake pronounces it, but she keeps hearing Risa. Once she heard it that way, she kept hearing Irie Risa every time Tomitake said it. And Takano told Irie about it. He had a good laugh. Today was just as simple as meet and greet, and tomorrow was the actual meeting. Tomitake had already arrived. There would be more inspectors from Tokyo at the meeting, waiting to hear about the progress that had been made.
それはそうと、ダムのことで村中が盛り上がってるみたいですね。
ええ、それはもう村中大変な騒ぎですよ。私も役員として自治体の地元説明会に参加してきたのですが、土星と馬星のそれはもう賑やかな説明会となりました。
After the basic Kinmazawa Dam project was announced, the village was consumed with uproar. The government retracted their plans for concessions rather early on. They made their aggressive stance clear. They didn't want the locals to take advantage of them by showing their willingness to compromise. However, that backfired horribly. As they had historical ties to land, the government's actions only made their bond stronger. Neither the government nor the locals wanted to back down.
ひなみ沢の人は気性が激しいですものね。やっぱり鬼の血が流れてるからなのかしら。
笑い事じゃないですよ。あの説明会に夜中まで付き合わされた方の身にもなってみてください。
それはお気の毒でしたね。
It's not funny. I feel your pain, starts laughing.
いや、本当に笑い事ではないですよ。富武さん。ダム計画はどうなってるんですか？本当にこの村はダム湖に沈められてしまうんですか？
それについては東京の方でも圧力をかけています。表向きは騒ぎになっていますが、実際の裏方ではかなり屋台骨がぐらついているはずです。
その圧力が早く効くといいんですがね。
I'm guessing it's a certain type of pressure. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
村は朝から晩まで賑やかで、村人の心もこのところすさんできたように思います。診察に来るお年寄りに捕まって、たっぷりと反ダム論争を聞かされる時がありますよ。
付き合わなければいいのに。入江所長は人がいいから。
Of course, the camera just ignores him.
そうもいきません。私は研究所の所長である以前に診療所の所長でもあります。話を聞くのもケアの一環ですので。
それはとても良いことです。感服いたします。
私は東京の皆さんがうまく圧力をかけてくれて、いずれはダム計画を撤回してくれるものと分かっているからいいですが。
I was half expecting Takano to put her thoughts in there without actually saying them about how you really should be focusing on the research or something.
村人にとっては先祖代々から住んできた土地を追い出されかねないと本当にすごい騒ぎです。
立ち退けと言われても引っ越せるほどのお金もなく若さもなく、立ち退き保証金の額の釣り上げが狙いだったのかもしれないけど、急にお役所の態度が変わっちゃって全面衝突。こうなってしまったら穏便に決着というのは無理かもしれませんわね。
かつては保証金に納得して立ち退きに応じようという人たちも少しはいたんですが、御三家の園崎家が強硬意見で村人をリードしてましてね。 国との対決姿勢を煽っているようなんです。凱旋者みたいなのがよく騒がしくしてますし、ビラやらチラシやら機関紙やらが回覧板と一緒によく回ってきますよ。
I wonder if we'll see Shion. I wonder how long the
ここに住む人にとっては大変な問題ですからね。
I wonder how long the fragments are. Since there's also like the whole Matsuribayashi thing afterwards, I'm guessing that the fragments won't be too long.
気持ちはわからなくもありません。
そういう意味では思惑は多少違うかもしれませんが、そんな皆さんのためにもこのダム計画は早く撤回になるよう交渉を進めてほしいものです。撤回されればこの村もすぐに落ち着きのある元の村に戻るでしょうから。
もちろん分かってます。それについては東京の方で交渉を進めておりますので、もうしばらく私どもにお任せください。
東京の方で噂を聞いたんですけれど、建設省の方になかなかうまく圧力をかけられるコネクションがなくて苦労してるとか。
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
いやー私ごときでは詳しくは知りませんが、水面下調整がうまくいっていないのではという話も少し聞きます。
Takano had some powerful people supporting him, but they didn't control all of Japan. There were some things they excelled in, but also other things they weren't too good at. Finding a way to put pressure onto the Minister of Construction fell into the latter.
冗談抜きで、ダムができますからここを立ち退いてくださいなんて話には本当にならないんですわよね。
もちろんです。それだけは絶対に問題ありません。時間がかかっているだけですので、皆さんはどうかそこは任せて研究を進めてください。穏便に済ませることができない場合は、最終的な荒領事も辞さないことで意見はまとまっておりますので。
荒領事とは何ですか、富武さん。
そこは我々の領分です。入江所長は気にされなくて結構です。どうかお任せください。
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge,
そう
nudge.
ですか。
I am surprised again just how long it took for me to realize that they were behind the kidnapping.
わかりました。よろしくお願いいたします。
大丈夫ですわよ、入江所長。ダム計画は絶対に撤回されますわ。だってそう決まっているんですもの。
Mr. Kano giggled. Tomitake laughed too. However, Irie couldn't understand what was so funny, so he felt left out. Irie only understood the meaning of those drastic measures when he examined a young boy he had never seen in the village before. Huh? What? What? Oh, right, yeah. Didn't he have to, Ooh, seems like it removes that. Okay, yeah, so it's got that mark. No? I don't know. It seems like it's removed. Oh no, there it is. Never mind. Yeah, it looks like that'll be hard to look through all of the ones that are required, but still. Because yeah, he had to look at the construction minister's son at some point, didn't he? I think I vaguely remember that coming up. Like he was sick or something. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed. I will be ending this here for today, but I'll be back with more fragments in a couple of days. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. Until then, see ya.